I think there should be trees in a city because because if there's no trees then you can't breathe. I also think trees make the city seem prettier because then they just look all worn down. So like trees make it look all like it can have different things, like it's also a city but it's also not. um, I also think that trees are good to have because they kind of keep other animals' habitats and home. Because if an animal lives in the city, you don't want it to just move away. You want to keep their habitats. So
Trees in the city, I mean, A, they just greenify and make it more beautiful. B, it's like, I don't know, they clean up the air.
I hope the guy decides to talk through if the people decide to walk with them, regardless of pitchfork, cosigns I've jumped. Make sure the sound man doesn't cock block the drums. Let the snare knock the air right out of your lungs. And those words be that
it's a breath of fresh air. They promote oxygen.
Yeah, so I mean, I think like having the city greenery is important because it keeps you in touch with nature while maintaining that city, like, not hectic lifestyle, but at the same time that kind of at high pace, a lot of stuff to do energy. So if you can find that good balance between nature and city, which I believe San Francisco has done, and Friends of the Urban Forest has helped out with, like, it's awesome. And like, I don't know, it definitely brings tourism, it brings people who want to live here. Mm-hmm. Like, if you think about the sheer amount of people who are coming in, mm-hmm. and it definitely just, like, I don't know, it makes the, like, city a happier place. So, I don't know, that's all I can really say.
Well, I think, like, having trees and, like, making a city look good and not just, like, a super industrial place will make people, like, want to move there and, like, go for, like, living there, and, like, it won't be as, like, intense and, like, stressful to live in a city that has, like, no vegetation. And like, yeah, I don't know. It, like, I guess it, like, would promote people to, like, move to cities, which would, like, create jobs and stuff like that.
I actually would tend to focus more on the emotional components of it. When we live in a city, it tends to be a fairly stark environment, hustle bustle. I think people lose a little bit of their humanity when they live in a city, and I think trees and green space in general just bring back some peace and serenity and some quality of life into what can otherwise be a pretty stark environment. I think it tends to cool a city environment. I think it tends to soften the city environment. I think it makes people more at ease, more peaceful, kind of connects them more to nature. And I think the more people are connected to true nature, the more peaceful and happy that they are. And a city by its nature is not a peaceful and happy place. And so anything that you can do to make it more peaceful and happy, I think, goes a long way. And I think trees are a critical component, if not the most important component of that.
Unmedicated heart, no substitute. Banging on tabletops, no substitute. I'm feeling better than ever, man. What is up with you? Scraping my knuckles and battling with some drug abuse.
They're really feel-good events. So you get to go out, meet a bunch of people. People give you, like, free stuff. Like, I don't know. It's super nice. Got a free Snapple last weekend.
Was the sweat, tears, and blood went up in the booth.